Attack Power here with Game 2 between Stardekk and Sir Daniels in the playoffs of the Division 2 Steel Division 2 Season 10 League. Let's dive right in. Alrighty, folks, so we're here on Slutsk East. And on the left, in the red, we have Sir Daniels playing 6th South African Armored on V for Victory. And Stardekk on the right here in blue playing 7th Mechanized, also on V for Victory. Well, this is something you don't really see often. V for Victory mirror. Let's just start with that. We don't see this much. And freaking 6th South African Armor. This is the first time I'm seeing it in League. This is really exciting. You know, deck list wise, I don't even know how to describe the 6th Armor. I mean, he's got 2 C-phase cards of tanks, a Sherman 2A, I think they're called, with the long 75s, and then he has a card of Fireflies. So Sir Daniel's looking to go long. He's got a C-phase card of Heavy Arty. So, you know, he's definitely got, and then a C-phase card, of course, of infantry. So he's planning to go the distance with this one. Lots of Sherman HE gun tanks too. He's actually not bringing in any normal Shermans other than the leader Sherman. Every other Sherman is a long Sherman, like long gun Sherman. And then for Stardekk, he's bringing in, I mean, obviously lots of T-34s. He's got 2 cards of ISU 122Ss, 1 in A and 1 in C. So for 5 in total. Some off-map and stuff, but no heavy artillery, just Su-76s and I believe a Katusha there in A, actually. So right off the bat, really surprising because 1 Katusha is generally kind of bad. Let's check out what these guys got going down here. Up north, we have some motorized rifles in M2A1s and a rifle Piat. Then we have a Vickers HMG heavy machine gun. Then coming into the center here, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We have a 6-pounder AT gun, some Assault Pioneers, motorized rifles in the half-track, some rifles Piat, a Sherman Recon, the Sherman 5 Leader, and an M10 Gross, which is actually like has artillery capability, which is really cool. It's an AT tank that actually has some artillery on it. Then going down south, we have Vickers assault and rifles and a Firefly 5, and then a rifles down south. In Stardekk, going lots up north here, we have a leader, some SG-43s, a Razvedka, a Tanko, and a Matilda 2. Then we have a leader, SG-43, ZIS-3, Strelky SVT, a Dozer Recon in some sort of transport with a Boise rifle, carrier Razvedka, very interesting. We have Su-76 eyes, Matilda 2s, and a KV-1S Komroti. Down south, pretty lightly deployed SG-43 Tanko Desaniki and an M2A1, Su-85, and all the way down south, ZIS-3 Tanko, Strelky DP, and a Dozer in that same carrier Razvedka. Alrighty, here we go. Slutsk East, actually still one of my favorite maps. It's one of the only maps that actually have this just like a completely open area. Even more so than Slutsk West. Slutsk West has like forests on either side of the big open area. This doesn't. It's just open. Like completely open field for what? 4,000 meters, basically. It's pretty nuts. So it really requires you to be all over your micro to really own this area. This yellow forest is about it, but it's very easy to spot stuff in there with some recon. SG-43 catching them some assault pioneers here. It'll unload them. It shouldn't kill them. They got smoke going down. He lost sight of them anyway. We saw last game, both players playing really passively at the beginning. In this game, though, different because, you know, Stardekk's not playing Maverick. So, I mean, he can play more passively if they're playing the mirror. Looking just, it's all about trades here. Mirror income is all about trades because you're never going to have an income advantage. You're just, you know, it's just who ends up trading better. Now, SG-43's double should definitely beat the Vickers. I would think the SG-43 would beat the Vickers in any situation, even singularly. Armor's finally getting it. Matilda 2, interesting call in here. 25 points only. He's got a nice 80 millimeters of armor, which is not bad for 25 points. And then this 2-pounder, which fires 15 rounds a minute at 1250, only 75 millimeters of penetration, but it still fires really fast. Can do some nice damage. And for 25 points, I mean, it's like nothing. Nothing at all. So, Dozer gets in, carrier Razvedka here, spotting, I assume, the Assault Pioneer. So these will force these out, although there's nothing to actually capture this flag. That's the thing. Firefly will be an issue. ZIS-3 putting down some fire here, but it loses sight because of the smoke. Does do some damage, though. So nice little poke there. The biggest issue with Slutsk East is right here, because you can just drop off map here for like all of time. For either side, it's just super obnoxious. I don't like when you're forced to be funneled into like easy off-map areas, but sometimes you just can't get around it. And this map, you can't get around it. Su-85, and we have some M15s coming in. We have one here, and I thought I saw one. Yep. So we have 2 ZSU M15s right off the bat. Sir Daniel's Air Force is not significant at all, though. He's got a Baltimore in A and Marauder in B, and then a recon plane. Like, that's it. There's no fighters or anything. On the flip side, we have some P3s and a P2 from Stardekk, so it does not feel like the Air Force will be a super significant force in this game. M2A1 going to try to at least stop the capture of this flag. That's obviously a big issue. You can't just be losing this flag for nothing. The carrier Razvedko wants to spot out this assault pioneer at some point, clear that out, and then this flag should actually flip over to him, which would be pretty huge. So the M10 Gross now in. Apologies if I'm saying that wrong. Grouse? I would think it's Gross. Yeah, whatever. There are like, what, like 1,000+ units in this game? I'm not going to get them all right. Just his life. It's a very interesting unit. Again, only division has radio, indirect fire. I mean, it does stuff. It's an okay amount of HE damage, too. And since you can always be in radio range, essentially, they're pretty darn accurate. Forcing off these SG-43s. Hitting the Tankos as well. Strelky SVT trying to move in here. M2A1, M3A1, they're going to be annoying for both sides. Carriers that could just chilling out in the middle here. Kind of interesting. Sherman 5, Recon. These are the only Shermans, the Recon and the leaders. There's no, like, just standard Shermans. If there's a Sherman, it's doing something interesting. This Sherman takes out that M2A1. Tanko's forced out now. Looks like Sir Daniels is making a play up north. There are some reinforcements coming in, though, SU-76 and an SU-122. SU-122 should be really helpful here for cutting this off, although any Firefly will really ruin that. Back to a 12-12. Yeah, both players just not... Neither of them seem to be super aggressive players. Which is not a hate from me, believe me. That is not a commentary on their play style. It's just a simple observation. SU-122 hitting the Sherman? Question mark. Interesting. Matilda 2 going to be out of range of this Sherman. This is not a good fight for it, so it wants to get out of the sight line of this thing. I don't think it's going to get there, though. No, it's the Strelky SVT that are taking the hit. M3A1s are going to be an issue. The Matildas are perfect counter to those, but they got to stay. It's got to stay out of range of this Sherman. SU-85 moving in. The issue with 7th Mechanized here is that you don't have any, like, medium-ish ranged armor. As in, like, you don't have any just, like, not super expensive 2K stuff, like a T-34-85 or something like that. Those would absolutely smack all over these Shermans. Strelky's pushing forward. The M3A1 is forced off by the Matilda 2. Rifles Piat down. Of course, the big issue is 6th South African. Its infantry suck. Avto being spotted out by the Sherman, I assume, and the M10 Gross going after that. Does see it. Putting down some really accurate fire. SU-122. How much armor does this thing have? Only 70 millimeters of armor. That's not good. Is it firing heat right now? I don't think so. Maybe it did, actually. Fires quite slow. It is bouncing the Sherman shells, though. No, it is firing heat, so if it lands a hit, it will kill this thing. Will the magical homing heat shell hit? No, it will not. SU-76 now moving in. Hold off this motorized rifle. SU-76 at closer range should do pretty well. Fireflies, how much armor do they got? 100 millimeters, so this is a little bit more than the normal Sherman. Meaning this SU-76 is going to struggle a bit to penetrate. It can. It absolutely can, but it's going to struggle a little bit. 17 pounder, though, that's a parity breaker right there. SU-76, SU-122 not killing this thing off. Heat shell should, though. I'm trying to figure out why it's not. 1,500 meter range. Yeah, it should be. I guess it's just missing. I presume it's just missing. Sherman finally gets a pen. Double armor unit moving forward here. 17 pounder. Bounces. I mean, that might have been Sherman. Yeah, I don't... Feels like it was firing HE. Maybe it's just that inaccurate. Not 100% sure. SU-76 at range, not a good fight. Yeah, these Shermans are quite an issue right now for Stardekk. I know 7th Mech is one of his more preferred divisions. P2 coming in, first Air Force of the game, but there is already a 40 mil. We saw in game 1, Sir Daniels has no reservations about calling in an excessive amount of AA. And I say excessive, it's potentially the appropriate amount of AA, which the answer would be a lot of. Sir Daniel's making good progress here. M3A1 pushing through now. Ooh, SU-122 goes down to the M10. That's rough. Razvedka gets caught out in the open. That's not where you want to be. Motorized rifle, though, is taking a lot of damage. They only have one Bren. They're really not good. Up close, though, they do have two Thompsons, and that'll put out some nice damage here on this Razvedka. Matilda going after the Sherman. Not a great fight. KV-1, that should do okay. Should be able to bounce the Sherman shells pretty consistently. Can be penetrated, though. I really think... I mean, Stardekk called in an ISU-122. What's this dead here? That's just a transport of some sort. ISU-122 versus the Firefly. Yeah, that's anyone's fight. The Firefly should pen pretty consistently, but of course the ISU-122 only needs one hit, and that should be the end of that. KV-1 aiming over something over in the town. Oh, wow. Was that side armor? It really shouldn't have been. Wow, that's a lucky pen there. Is this 3? What's it spot? What's it going after here? The 17 pounder? SU-85 gun. These are some really bad early trades here for Stardekk. He needs to start getting some better trades. Sherman going after the ZIS-3. ZSU moving forward to stay kind of out of sight. Now have two Bofors. Like I said, SirDaniel's no qualms about calling in more and more AA, and especially with both these players being relatively passive players, it appears, he's not being particularly pressured on the front. I mean, SirDaniel's is getting better trades here, so he doesn't need to keep calling in frontline troops. He can call in the support. SU-85 left its APCR on, so it's not killing this M3A1 like it should be. Does finally kill it off. ZIS-3 goes down. His infantry are being pressured by the Shermans and such. It's rough to see his only response being an SU-85. It does outrange the Sherman, though, so that's a plus. Let's see if we can get a shot off. It cannot. SU-85 up close, though, is not what you want. And it's still got APCR on. It's not necessary. Does kill the recon Sherman, though. Other Sherman pops out. SU-85 pulls back to get out of that fight. Sherman just going after some infantry, I'd assume. Yep. These infantry just getting eaten alive. Down south, Stardekk is making a nice push here. Tankos force out the rifles. Piat. Yeah, if he can get his infantry in, Stardekk's infantry are definitely superior to 6th South African. Now, the infantry pushing down south. Rifles, Piat, obviously dangerous to that M2A1. I don't think Stardekk's washing down here, because it's very easy for this rifle to just pop forward and kill this. Otherwise, I think he'd be backing up to support his Strelky DP. This would have been an easy fight with the help of the M2A1. Infantry does go down to the surrender of the M2A1. 17 pounder coming in, though. That's going to be an issue. That ISU-122S not going to stack up well against that. On the hill here, he has lost this position, actually. He would love to kill that M10. Killing that M10 would be epic, but it goes down to the M10. Instead, SU-85 now spots out the M10, gets a crew panic with its APCR. Again, Stardekk needs to turn these off. He finally does. I would be shocked if this PE-3 got through. Yeah, it does not. SU-85 gets off another shot, misses. Ugh, rage. Being forced off this hill back to a 12-12. Carrier Razvedka goes down to the 17-pounder. ISU-122S falls back. Wants nothing to do with that 17-pounder. Infantry and M2A1 go down south. He could have, you know, pressured a little bit more, but the Sherman 2 is obviously going to be an issue. Sherman 2A with that M1A1 gun, giving it 1,750 meter range and a nice penetration of 130 millimeters. Yeah, I do not like the armor matchup here. I really don't. 6th South African definitely better positioned with its armor. SU-85 getting a driver killed from the M10 Gross. Will he get the kill? He won't. Oh my goodness, these M10s have been devastating. Both their HE and their AP has been devastating. We're into B phase now, so both players now choked on resources for the next 7 minutes. I don't think Stardekk's gotten the message that there's lots of AA here. Does get his bombs off, but he's gonna die, I think. Yeah, that is not worth the bombing strike to kill some infantry there. Granted, the infantry were annoying, but to lose a whole plane over it is rough. Sir Daniel's starting to shift some more troops down south. Gonna get back into this position because the ISU 122S is falling way back. Actually repositioning completely. Remember, Stardekk doesn't have more of these until Phase C, which is why he's repositioning now. APCR again gets an armor crack, though. There you go. Talk about lucky. KV-1S coming in, giving some of that leadership badly needed here to swing some of these fights. SU-76 bounces off the Sherman. I said, those Sherman 5s with the extra 10 millimeters of armor, that makes a big difference. These M3 half-tracks are going to be an issue. There's no way to kill them here with this Tanko. Dushka machine gun coming in too aggressively. 17-pounder is going to pick that off in the transport. Actually misses. 17-pounder spots out the T-34 Azvedka. Actually misses its second shot, so lucky there. This is really bad. Once you get forced off the edge of this hill and out of this part of the town, it's almost impossible to get back in because of this massive open space. SU-85 now taking shots from the 17-pounder. Oh no, this is very bad. SU-85 is stuck here. He still falls back, but I think it's too late. He should have just stood there and hoped to get some lucky hits. Down that SU-85 goes. Yeah, the fact that Stardekk is forced to rely on SU-85s to do the majority of his tank fighting is so bad. Like, it's so very, very bad. P2 is going to lose another P2 here. He's flying it into the exact same position that he lost his first P2 in. He's bombing the same thing. I didn't see where these bombs hit this time. I think right here on the edge. Killed that 6-pounder, I believe is what he did. Yeah, he lost it. That's really bad. Leave an APCR again for like the umpteenth time. Down it goes. These could have been one-shots, though, with the AP off. Sir Daniel's now to 1410. GSU is the only thing to stop the Stuart recon here. Obviously not good. This dozer's not even helping because it's in this weird position. So it's only providing this information here, so it's not even helping him further back. Oof. The ISU 122 reposition is not going well. I mean, he's going all the way back and driving up this road. This is currently a bit disastrous. Sherman KV-1 both falling back from each other. Neither of them want that fight. Stuart recon here just continues just bully units. CSU being brought in to try to stop it. It's got some armor, so it can't get hurt by it. We do have a commander in as well here for Sir Daniels. The Dingo. That's Dingo, bro. Giving triple star to both Bofors and triple star to the M10 Grosses, which will make them fire much, much more quickly and aim faster. ISU 122S finally here. M3 goes down. Sherman pushing forward, surrendering. KV-1S too far away. ISU 122 can't even keep on target there. KV-1 should get the first shot off on this Sherman. Will it kill it? It will. That was a very desperately needed kill. SU-85 going down again to the 17-pounder. Very rough. Firefly has come out of hiding now. There's nothing to stop it with the ISU 122 repositioning up north. Problem is he only has this one. And so, like, it's the only thing. And again, it's not like the ISU 122S has great armor, so it's not going to be bouncing these 17-pounder shells very often. It gets 2 off, and there it is. There's a pen. That hurts a lot. 1 penetration is bad. Like, you're already, like, near death's door at that point. Sherman going to get the side shot on the KS. Ooh, KV-1 survives. Ooh. Strokey DP just chilling out in the open here. Oh, the M15 goes down. ISU 122S misses again. This thing is not having its day today. Dushka out in the open getting chewed up by Shermans and stuff. Oh, no. KV-1S getting aggressive again. It already has a pen on it. It goes down. Does take out the M10. Needed that bad. That thing was absolutely struggle. Oh, Stroke SVT gets a grenade off on the Sherman. Very nice. The infantry have been completely broken down here, actually. M3 goes down again. So good on Stardekk for breaking this down. There's nothing here to really push anymore. Sherman's got to be careful. They can't just blind push in. The issue with 7th, it's not like they have no like Panzerschrecks or anything, so there's no like really effective CQC AT in this division. 14-10 still to Sir Daniels, and both players coming up to C phase. We'll have that. Whoa! SU-152 gets a one shot on the 17-pounder. Can't ask for more. You really can't. And actually, despite the positioning loss, we notice here, there's no armor. Like, this Sherman here and this Sherman are the only two armor pieces really left. SU-152 does not get lucky a second time. Both of them miss. Oh. That was a screw, I'm not gonna lie. That was an RNG bone right there. Stardekk definitely getting some bad rolls here of the RNG. I do not feel like Sir Daniels is suffering the same level of screw. But there we go. Finally, ISU-122 gets a first shot. I wish I could have some of Sir Daniels' luck. I need some ritual to steal it from him. Firefly coming in, gonna wreck that T-34. Needs to fall back. It is. T-34 penning, yeah, 100 millimeters. So if it's right up close, it should pen a Sherman just fine, but it needs to be right up close, and that's the issue. And this M2A1 is the only thing holding this flag, and it's very out in the open. Dozer still has not moved, so I don't know if he sees all this clearly or not. Well, he's got this Dozer, so he should see it. This 3 here was killed off, so none of this is being stopped. Natal Scout. Natal Scout? Natal. I'm going to go with Natal. I'm not going to go with Natal. Pushing in here. What are these guys actually like? He's doing it, I'm assuming, for the scout vehicle. Not, yeah, okay, it's just a, oh, it's a 4-man Thompson team. Okay. That's fun. Razvedka needs to, like, open up. There we go. Oh no, it's shooting that, not the transport. The M3A1 still goes down to the T-34. Razvedka getting caught out. It's not a big deal, but it won't be able to kill the M3 if it doesn't move back into the building here. Does get it anyway. Woo! Some tight play here. T-34, though, takes a pen from the Firefly. It's gonna take a second one. Ew, that's really bad. There's nothing else here. Oh, no. Infantry flowing in. Sir Daniel's making another breakout, and we are now into C phase, so here we go, folks. The time of slow is over. Time for more ISU-122s, I would assume. Shulky DP trying to take out the Stuart Recon. It's got pretty good armor, actually, though. That anti-tank rifle is going to really struggle to penetrate. Alright, so the SU-85 saves the day here. ISU-122 spotting out that M3 half-track on the hill. Misses, though, twice. SU-152 needs to move forward. 15-9 now for Sir Daniels. Not a good spot here for Stardekk. And he's just looking really thin on the board. I think Sir Daniels has been out-trading him pretty heftily. I mean, having to use a ZSU to, like, defend yourself is not a good thing. Sherman, yep, going after that M2A1. That's going to go down, and this flag will collapse to give Stardekk another one. I mean, give Sir Daniels another flag. This army of M10s has been just devastating. They're not even expensive. It's a 65-point super accurate artillery gun. It's really rough. Uh-oh. ZSU taking damage. It's low side armor here, taking more damage from that 50 cal. I don't think it can kill it, but it certainly can pin it down. T-34, does it have a line? It finally does. Stuart finally goes down. So Recon finally dead. 16-8. This did die, and this flag did collapse as predicted. Here's that other ISU-122 spotting the Sherman, but the Sherman wants nothing to do with it. This Sherman has more armor, 110 millimeters, so the T-34 is going to really, really struggle to kill it. Does not have heat shells, though, so it shouldn't be particularly dangerous to the armor. Alright, Sherman 2A coming in. ISU 122 kind of out of position, but gets a shooter knocked out. It's going to give the ISU 122 time to turn and aim its gun, presumably at that Sherman. Now there's a 17-pounder, though. That's not good. But the Sherman does go down. T-34 Razvedka goes down to the 17-pounder. SU-152 should get a shot off first. Will it land the big shot? And it does. It land a very nice shot, but it doesn't kill. That's the issue. Yeah, and even on all this suppression, the 17-pounder landed its first shot. Oh my god, I need to learn to drink whatever Sir Daniels is drinking. What's he doing? Is he eating Wheaties? Is he praying to dark demons? Like, what is happening? This man is getting so many good shots. SU-152 does survive that encounter, barely. SU-85 is moving in, going for that Sherman. 17-pounder, though, in position. Not in position good enough yet, though, although the SU-85 appears to be going after... No, it's going after Sherman 1B. You do want to kill that for sure. Stardekk really needs an SU-15... Okay, right there, yep. Needs an SU-152 to help in this open area. Take out that 17-pounder, then he can move in on the Fireflies and everything with his ISU-122. Stroke DP coming in. Those should do fine against the M3. Does do quite fine. Lots of infantry in here now again for Sir Daniels. Still 15-9, though. 10 minutes left here for Stardekk. Sherman 1B does go down to the SU-85 with the 17-pounder, finding a line on that SU-85. Stardekk has not noticed and does miss. SU-85 deciding it's time to rumble with the 17-pounder. The other SU-85 is going to do the same thing. I'm not sure if Stardekk is watching after he gives an order. ISU-122S getting a nice hit on it. SU-85 gonna get involved, maybe, not, maybe. Yep, there it is. ISU-122S actually bounces, really surprising. Doesn't usually do that. SU-152 needs to get involved, though. Another big hit. Can the SU-85 finish it off? It does not, but it's done shooting. That's the key here. It's pinned. It's done fighting. And there's... No, the SU-152 missed. My goodness gracious. I don't know if Stardekk's having terrible luck or Sir Daniels is the luckiest SOB I've ever seen. 152. All right, there we go. 17-pounder misses twice now. So there's a little love for Stardekk. Will not miss the third time, though, and down it goes. Stardekk losing a lot of SU-152s. How many does he have? He's got 4. And I think he's lost at least 2 already. So this one and this one might be it. SU-152 taking another pen, fighting a Firefly. No, this is the wrong SU thing. Oh, that's a face palm. He's lost his precious HE. You really need the combo of the two. One for killing HE stuff and one for killing armor. ISU-122S does get a kill on the first Sherman, so nice shot there. SU-85 at close range should match up okay with the Sherman. I don't know how fast it fires. 7 rounds a minute. SU-85 fires 6. Well, technically 7 with the veterancy, so not great. SU-152 misses the 17-pounder. Artillery forcing these infantry off the hill. Triple star with that commander with the dingo. That's just a fun commander, the dingo. T-34 goes down. 2 more T-34s coming in. SU-85 deciding to hold back for the moment. Motorized rifles do have a Piat, so we could be seeing some dead T-34s here momentarily. That short range on those Piats is so frustrating. More rifles moving in. Saperty will do great against them at close range. T-34 is in for the support. Here comes the grenade. Shaga! Sir Daniel's not reacting in time. TNT will go off. Both those units pin. Turret stuck on the Sherman 2. ZSU in a dangerous spot. SU-85, will it get a second shot off? It does. Gets a crew killed. APCR completely unnecessary here. Could have killed the Sherman cleanly. But now it's going to be left around and still needs to fire a third. Finally kills off that Sherman. ISU-122S forced off because of the 17-pound, and the loss of that SU-152 by that big mistake there by Stardekk is boning him again. Firefly takes a pen from the SU-85, though. There we go. Actually misses. Second shot kills it. Finally turn off the APCR. Here comes a P3. Will it kill off that 17-pounder? It does. Nice kill there for Stardekk. That's huge. He needs that. And he's back into this town here. He finally eliminated the stuff on the hill. Was able to push back in. SU-152 versus the 17-pounder. But 17-pounder moved forward. The SU-152 is still ground attacking, so it won't be very accurate. It needs to either fall back or target. Oh, there goes the SU-152. And that's the last 2K HE that Stardekk has. It's actually quite bad for him. Although he has killed a vast majority of the 17-pounders. How many does he have? 6. So there were 6 17-pounders to deal with. He killed at least 2 here. He killed at least 3, 4, 5. This might be the last one right here. The issue is he's still got to deal with it. And he's not flying a plane, and I can tell you that. 13-11 now for Sir Daniels. So Stardekk slowly clawing his way back into this. But there's 20 minutes left here, and both players getting 165 points a tick. It's gonna be rough. P3 coming in again. Bomber run doesn't kill anything, but it was just designed for suppression. We'll get the suppression on this one rifle, although this SU-85 getting a little too cheeky. Probably gonna go down to this motorized rifles here. No, the motorized rifles don't go in the building because there's fire in the building, I think. Saperty used up their TNT, not that they needed it for this situation. Shulky DP recapturing this. I'm surprised Stardekk has not tried to poke this out at any point. He knew it was there. He saw it at one point. Firefly, Sherman, and another Sherman leader coming in now. M10 Grossfire has slackened. SirDaniel's not staying on top of his artillery micro. T-34 does force off the motorized rifles. Rifles Piot moving in to try to punish him for their existence. One T-34 already went down. More armor and infantry coming in. Infantry-wise, Stardekk has 72 in total. And Sir Daniels has 69. So neither player with, like, flush with tons of infantry. ISU-122 spot something and lose it. Oh, Piot misses. T-34 gets out of range. Oh, poor Piot. Why have you failed? The strength of the Piot, there goes that rifle's Piot. The strength of the Piot is that it's attached to so many random units in Commonwealth. So, like, it's just like every infantry unit has a 200-meter range AT weapon, which is quite potent. Like, it's not that that's not a big deal. The problem is just not a very good 2K, 200-meter AT gun. Firefly coming in. ISU-122 backs off that fight. You can't see it. That's the issue. And now Stardekk moving, Sir Daniel's moving back. Strelky DP finally moving forward. There we go. Stall Pioneers, I don't think they'll beat an entire Strelky DP squad, especially slightly weakened. Motorized rifles finally gets spotted by the T-34. Gets a nice hit on. Still 13-11 though. Sir Daniel's holding this flag in the town. ISU-122 versus Firefly. Firefly misses, but the thing is, it fires so much faster, it can fire and get out in time. SU-85 gets a penetration. Spalling. ISU-122 is going to finish it himself. Backs off, tries to get out of range of that Firefly. That thing is dangerous. P3 coming in. There's nothing actually there, but there is now a Bofors 40 mil self-propelled gun here. Gonna be a bit of an issue. Strelky DP need to be careful though. They're in line of sight of that armor, and that will change the fight here. M10 Gross being used now again, back on line to hit the edge of this hill constantly. T-34 in a nice spot, though, to pressure this infantry. I'm very impressed to start to get back into this position. That's really tough. I think for a moment they're starting actually at a 13-11. He lost it then. ISU-122 spotting, I think, the Firefly over there. Nope, the Sherman misses. Can't get lucky every time. Strelky DP finally finish off the Assault Pioneers. And there, we finally have a big gap here, and Stardekk finally on the positive tick, but my god, he's got a long way to go in 15 minutes. A very long way to go. Stardekk pushing too far forward. He needs to just go in this building and hide. He should not be standing out in the open. Sherman leader goes down. So ISU-122S really doing its job. P3 Recon taking a lot of damage. Probably will go down to these triple star Beauforts. Triple star Beauforts are really dangerous. These are very strong. They are not the anemic 37 mils out of the Soviets. They are very deadly when you get them up to 3-star. 1, 2-star, a little less impressive. The difference is very noticeable for 40 mils. I don't know why, it just feels very noticeable. Stardekk just refuses to accept that he can't get planes through this Beaufort wall. He's just pissing planes away up here. I'm not sure why he doesn't accept that. Like, it just is what it is. And he's gotten so many good airstrikes through down south. I don't know why. And this is unnecessarily aggressive here. He should leave this in here and hold this flag and be done with it. He is pushing down south. That is a good choice. There's nothing here to stop him. ISU-122S, though, takes a hit. Sherman leader goes down. ISU-122S falls back. Will it survive? No, that's a big loss there. Firefly bounces, penetrates the Su-85. Rough. Another ISU-122S coming in, though. So that's... what? How many do we have we had so far? This is the original one. 2, and this is the third. So he's still got 2 left. So that's not an issue. The issue is that Sir Daniels has, like, not infinity Fireflies, but a lot. Like, let's just say there's a lot. There's 9 in Phase C. So he's got Fireflies to spare. Saperty losing the fight because they have no cover. These buildings not really destroyed. These have been absolutely obliterated by the constant M10 artillery. Weird thing is, Sir Daniels has not moved any other armor back, and he's finally moving some Shermans and stuff in to push off these T-34s. Rifle's a lot more anemic than Rifle's Piat. T-34 goes down to one of the Fireflies. And now the Strelky DP that was pushed off like way too aggressively getting crushed. Strelky DP or something in here got surrendered. Infantry, yeah, there they are. They do actually like sit down on the ground like this. It's kind of fun. T-34 versus Sherman, not a good fight. T-34 goes down, especially the 1943 variant has even worse armor. It should pen, though. That's the thing. Like, it should get a penetration. If only Stardekk knew that if he just drove right through here, he could find this entire pile of support stuff. There's nothing here to stop him. This Piat is the only thing that actually can kill a tank on the front line. Oh god, Vision, what you could do if you had it. 15 minutes yet left here. Another ISU-122S coming in. First shot of the ISU-122S kills the carrier recon. Well, obviously not a very epic thing. Strelky DP finally in position. T-34 versus Sherman 2A. Not great. Does get a penetration, though. Sherman 2 misses its first shot. All right, all right. Could be doing it here. Oh, and he gets the kill! Yay! T-34 Razvedka, you did it! That was so exciting for you. Now, unfortunately, though, Stardekk has re-lost the flag in the town. He's lost a lot of the infantry here. Double ISU-122S should do quite well. What Stardekk really needs is this dozer. Oh, the dozer's finally in a position that can actually see something. He's in a building. And now, of course, when he finally does that, a rifle shows up. ISU-122S going after this Firefly. Misses. Gets a penetration on himself. Oh, armor crack. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that hurt. Now, don't get me wrong. I love seeing ISU-122S's die, but that was just really... 40 mil does go down, though. Nice kill by the Su-85, but it will probably die for its troubles. No, actually gets the miss. Firefly going after that Strelky DP. Sir Daniel's back on the 1311 with the hill flag and the town flag both grabbed. T-34 is deciding to go for it with the Dushka pinning down that rifle's Piat. T-34 is going for the Sherman. Will they get the kill? They do. All right. And there we go. There's nothing to stop these T-34s except these M10s constantly bombing them. The open, though, is crumbling here for starter. With the loss of those, I think maybe he has one more ISU 122S, which is not good. Because we just saw how effective the Fireflies can be. And now the T-34 was not able to stand up to the Sherman 2A, repeat its magical feat. SU-85 trying to get lucky against this Firefly. He needs to try to kill some of these off. 12 minutes left, and Stardek's still a lot of points down. Remember, he's got to get it all the way down to here, which require at least a double tick almost immediately. Razvedka coming in. I don't think it's going to get there, though. Although there's nothing to spot. No, nope, nope, no, the Sherman's C now. Unless they're shooting at the... Nope, they're not. Ooh. Stardekk losing that flag, lost this flag here. I love how they just keep trading flags. Like, Stardekk grabbed this one back. T-34 died to the Firefly here? I assume the Firefly there. I'm not sure what else would have killed it. Artillery going to chew up these infantry. Also recapture the flag in the town. P3 does get his bombs off. Hits, I have no idea what. Sherman 2s are going to stop everything there. SirDaniel's back to a 14-10. 9 minutes left here for Stardekk. ISU 122S. Oh, misses the boat. 40 mil Beauforts. Killing that would be insanely good, but SirDaniel's quick to react. Not missing a beat there. Oof. But truthfully, that is what should happen at only 40% accuracy. You should only hit 4 out of 10 shots at maximum range. Now the veterans see fine, 45%. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of 7th Mechanized on this map. I don't think it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. Firefly does go down for a shot of that ISU 122S and bounces the regular Sherman shot, which it should. I thought it was a Firefly. It is not. ISU 122S relines on this Sherman 5. Misses. And of course, the one that's much closer and should be hittable is the one he misses. Oh, the irony. Here we go. Re-aiming on what? I have no idea. Oh, over there. Misses going for that and is now out of ammo. So this thing is useless unless he actually makes an effort to reload it. Does he have supply? He does, so he could. Stardekk has called in no artillery this game. A big contrast to last game where he seemed to put a ton of value on it. I'm not sure if he's noticed that this thing is out of ammo. Like, it's literally just driving around with a machine gun right now. And this Firefly will eat it alive. The Sherman will eat it alive from the side. Still 14-10 here for SirDaniels. ISU 122S finally goes down to... I showed him that Firefly. T-34 is trying to get in. Firefly is going to eat at least one of those, I'd think. Especially if they stop, which they did. Rifles forced off the hill. We're seeing the issue with 6th South African. The infantry are awful. Like, really, really bad. And when you're not playing a super mega slow grindy game like this, having to rely on 105-point tanks as your, like, main source of tankage can be a little rough. Sherman 2A, this one's 85, so this is a much more reasonable price. It's really the infantry issue that's a big, big issue. This takes the bad Commonwealth infantry to, like, the next level. And you just don't get many on top of it all. Now, you can take, like, some cheap... I think they have converted rifles. Not sure, though. Stardekk continues to fight on. I respect him for that. Artillery commander taking a face full of fire there. But Stardekk re-forced out of this town. And, I mean, SirDaniels doesn't need to make any more progress. He's going to anyway, though, with a blob of Shermans down south. SirDaniel's doing really well, keeping recon all over the place. This 3 spots the Sherman 2A. Yeah, this should be very killable here. Sherman 2A with 90 millimeters of armor, so definitely very killable by this 3 at this range. Sis 3 missing its second shot, though. Misses its third shot. Okay. T-34 deciding it's time to rumble with all 3 tanks, and it bounces the 4th that it finally hits. Yeah, this was bad, a really bad choice. Okay, it's dead. Sherman 2A versus T-34. Will the T-34 do the job? Yeah, and he does. Hoorah for the T-34. And Stardekk finally decides to throw in towel. He has no way to get those points back by the end of the game. What a nice match here. 43 minutes and 2 seconds on Slutsk East. 5,000 kills for Sir Daniels and 4,215 here for Stardekk. We could feel that pretty clearly in the trades going on there. Kills here, M10, just an insane amount of damage there. 17-pounder eating up a ton of troops here. Firefly killing a whole... I mean, when you have kill lists like this, you know it's not going well. Just everything killing stuff. Everything. We get a little later here. These things, you know, Stardekk really started to turn around a little bit in the middle of the game. Doing a little bit better at calling the right stuff in, but then things fell apart again here with this Firefly. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Now, one of those was a freebie that was like not doing anything, but yeah, not good. Exciting to see 6th South African, though, doing well. Not a division rated very highly. This ISU 122S was the original one, and it did do some really nice damage. I can't say it didn't. M15 killed a whole bunch of stuff. That was the South one holding the line itself. SU-85, okay, there we go. There's one that didn't suck, but we lost a lot of SU-85s before that one did anything useful. This ISU 122S also did a nice reaping of kills there. But the issue is, again, you're mirror incoming into that sort of division. I don't think 7th Mechanized is a long deck. I just don't think it does wonderfully on balance or V for victory, like looking for a 50-minute game. I don't see it that way. I could be wrong, but I just feel like with T-34s and stuff being your main bread and butter unit, I don't, your artillery not being super good, I don't think that's the way. I don't think that's the way to go with 7th Mech, but that's just me. I don't play the division that much, and I think probably Stardekk's a lot stronger than me on that deck. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting over on Patreon. Thanks a bunch, and have a fantastic day.